You were never meant to beg for what was already yours. Never meant to plead with the universe as if it were a reluctant giver. Never meant to speak to prosperity like a stranger, when it was designed to be your closest companion. Yet this is how most people live, imploring, waiting, hoping, as if wealth were hiding behind some invisible gate. But there's a truth that will flip the entire equation. Prosperity doesn't respond to pleading. It responds to clear, unwavering instruction. When you implore, you are telling the universe, I don't have this yet, and I'm afraid I may never have it. And that fear becomes the command. That uncertainty becomes the blueprint. But when you instruct, you are telling the universe, this is mine. It has been mine since the beginning. It is already on the way. And the universe rearranges itself to obey that command. This is not arrogance. It is alignment. It is the posture of one who knows they are the heir to a divine inheritance. And an heir does not beg for what has their name already written on it. You see, prosperity was never meant to be coaxed. It was meant to be directed, guided, commanded with faith that does not tremble. And here's where most people get it wrong. They speak their desire once, then spend the next week canceling it out with doubt, worry, and words of lack. The truth? Your words are commands. Every single time. And the moment they contradict each other, the command dissolves. That's why this teaching is urgent. Because once you understand how to instruct wealth, instead of imploring for it, it obeys faster than you have ever experienced before. But before we go deeper into the how, I want you to pause this moment in your heart. If these words are already stirring something inside you, if you can feel that this is the shift you've been missing, then make sure you subscribe right now. Not just so you don't miss the rest of this teaching, but because each new message here is a fresh command to your own subconscious. A reminder that you are no longer in the posture of pleading. You are in the position of power. Click that button. Join this circle of receivers. Because today, we're going to rewrite the way you speak to money. Forever. Now, let me show you the first law of instructing prosperity. It begins with this understanding. You do not request wealth as if it's far away. You direct it as if it's standing right in front of you, waiting for orders. Imagine prosperity as a loyal messenger. It only delivers what you tell it to. If your words are unsure, it delivers nothing. If your words are firm, clear, and spoken as truth, it moves instantly. This is where the shift happens. Instead of waking up and saying, please, I need more money. Please let something come. You wake and declare, money, you are on your way to me now. You arrive today in ways seen and unseen. You are already in my possession. This is not hope. This is instruction. This is command. And the more you repeat it, the more it becomes your normal. The more your tone changes from desperation to certainty. The more your spirit speaks with the weight of someone who is used to being obeyed. And here is the most beautiful part. When you start instructing prosperity, you'll notice something you never saw before. The universe was never withholding from you. It was only waiting for you to speak like the one it could obey. There is a rhythm to instructing prosperity, a sequence that locks in your command so deeply that the universe can only answer. Think of it like setting a course for a ship. You don't just shout your destination once and hope the winds carry you there. You lock in the compass. You keep the wheel steady. You correct the drift the moment it happens. This is how you speak to wealth. Not once, not twice, but with a consistent rhythm that keeps your command alive. And the rhythm has 3 parts. 3 simple steps that anyone can do, yet most never master, because they keep slipping back into begging mode. Step 1. State the command clearly, without apology. Every morning, before you touch your phone, before you speak to anyone, you tell prosperity exactly what to do. You give it a job, and you speak as if it's already in motion. Prosperity, you are flowing to me now. Opportunities are finding me now. Money is arriving in amounts beyond what I imagined now. The word now is powerful. It closes the gap. It tells your subconscious there is no delay. Step 2. Anchor the feeling until it becomes real. A command without emotion is an empty echo. But when you attach the feeling of already having it, you send a frequency the universe cannot ignore. Picture it. Feel the weight of the cash in your hand. Feel the relief of the bill paid. Feel the quiet joy of checking your account and smiling instead of worrying. This is the fuel. This is what makes your instruction magnetic. Step 3. Protect the command at all costs. Once the instruction is given, guard it like a sacred seed. That means you do not speak words of lack afterward. You do not water it with doubt. You do not dig it up to check if it's working. If a fearful thought comes, you replace it instantly. No, I have already commanded it. It is already done. This single practice is what separates the ones who manifest quickly from the ones who wait for years. Now, let me tell you something most people will never admit. The universe isn't slow. It's responsive. It's waiting for you to match its pace. When you instruct with clarity, with feeling, and with protection of your words, things begin to move faster than you're used to, sometimes shockingly fast. But the moment you slip into imploring, you reopen the gap. You say without realizing it, I don't trust the command. I want you to remember this. The most powerful wealth builders, the ones who seem to magnetize money without trying, are the ones who have trained themselves to speak only from the position of certainty. They don't plead, they don't chase. They instruct and they receive. And if this is already sparking that deep, almost electric sense that this is the missing piece, then pause and drop a comment below telling me, I instruct wealth and it obeys. Not just as a public declaration, but as your first visible command to prosperity today. Write it, claim it, and watch how the energy shifts. You've learned the rhythm. You've felt the shift from pleading to commanding. But now, we're going to put it into words so exact, so charged with power, that the moment they leave your lips, something in the unseen begins to move. This is the secret script, and here's why it works. It's not just a group of affirmations. It's not just pretty words. It's a command template, built on the same principles ancient prophets, mystics, and wealth builders have used for centuries. When you say this, You are speaking 3 layers at once. 1. To your conscious mind, so it locks onto the new reality. 2. To your subconscious, so it rewrites your internal script. 3. To the unseen, so it rearranges the material world to match your words. Here's the script. Say it slowly. Say it with breath. Say it with the weight of someone who knows the universe listens. I am one with infinite supply. Prosperity obeys my voice. Money, you are flowing to me now. In perfect ways, under grace. Every door I need is open. Every path I need is clear. Every person I need is arriving. I do not chase. I command. I do not beg. I receive. It is done. It is done. It is done. Now, here's why each line works. I am one with infinite supply. This removes separation. You're not asking from outside the gates. You're declaring you're already inside. Prosperity obeys my voice. This cements the position of authority. You're not waiting for permission. Money, you are flowing to me now. You're giving the command a subject, money, and an action, flowing, with a timeline, now. In perfect ways, under grace. This keeps it aligned with divine order, so it arrives in ways that bless, not burden. Every door, every path, every person. You're specifying that the resources, the opportunities, and the connections are all part of the command. I do not chase, I command. This rewrites centuries of conditioning in just 2 lines. It is done, repeated 3 times. This is the seal, the spiritual period at the end of the sentence. If you say this script morning and night, and you feel it when you speak it, you will notice changes that are almost eerie in their precision. A chance meeting, an unexpected payment, an email you didn't know you were waiting for. But understand this, it's not chance. It's not luck. It's the result of an instruction that was heard, understood, and obeyed. Now, I'm going to give you something even more powerful, because there's a way to layer this script so deeply into your mind that you'll start speaking from this authority automatically, even without thinking about it. This is where most people stop. But if you want wealth to obey you without hesitation, you must learn how to plant the command so deep that doubt can't dig it up. Before we move into that, if this secret script already feels like it's yours, say it out loud in the comments right now. Let prosperity see its name written by your hand. Let it be recorded in the timeline of your life that today you stopped imploring and started instructing. The script is powerful, but there's something even more important than the words themselves. It's how deeply those words are imprinted. Because if a command doesn't live in your bones, you'll speak it once, and the next moment, your old voice will come back. That's why we must engrave this new language of prosperity into your mind so deeply that it becomes automatic. This is mental imprinting, and it works in 3 layers: repetition, emulation, embodiment. Layer 1, repetition. You don't just say the script once a day. You weave it into small, unshakable rituals. Morning, yes. Night, yes. But also while washing your hands, while waiting at a red light, while walking from one room to another. Each repetition carves the command deeper. Each time you say it, you're reminding every part of your mind and spirit. This is who I am now. Layer 2. Immersion. Your environment must echo your command. That means your phone background, your sticky notes, the words you allow in your music, in your conversations, in your thoughts. If your surroundings are speaking lack, your subconscious will treat your commands as foreign. But if every corner of your life repeats the message of wealth obeying you, it stops being an idea and becomes the default reality. Layer 3. Embodiment. This is where it gets magnetic. You act as if the command is already fulfilled, not in reckless spending, but in posture, in how you walk into a room, in how you introduce yourself, in the way you handle a small amount of money, as if it's the same respect you'd give to a fortune. Because here's the truth. When you embody the result, your vibration changes, and the universe delivers what matches your vibration, faster than you think possible. Now here's the hidden key. Imprinting works best when it feels emotional. If you speak your command in a flat tone, your subconscious barely notices. But if you say it with warmth, with conviction, with the subtle smile of someone who knows, the imprint burns into place. That's why your favorite songs stick in your head. They were sung with feeling. That's why arguments replay in your mind. They were charged with emotion. You can use that same principle for wealth. Let's make it practical. For the next 7 days, speak the script aloud at least 7 times a day. Write it once in the morning, once at night. Keep one visible reminder of it in every room you enter. Do this, and your mind will stop asking, "Will it work?" and start asking, "What will I do with all that's arriving?" And I'll tell you something. When your mind hits that shift, wealth starts moving toward you without you even calling it. Because you're no longer broadcasting the signal of waiting. You're living as though the command has already been fulfilled. If this method already feels like something you can commit to, write in the comments right now. I imprint wealth on my mind, and it never leaves. Because the moment you declare it publicly, you anchor it even deeper. You can speak the perfect words with perfect rhythm and still feel like your results are slow. Why? Because the instruction is being sent through static. That static is resistance, old beliefs, unforgiven moments, deep, unspoken doubts that hide behind your most confident declarations. Think of it like this. You could have the clearest, most precise GPS, but if the road is blocked, you won't reach your destination until the blockage is removed. And here's the thing, resistance doesn't always feel like resistance. Sometimes it feels like just being realistic. Sometimes it sounds like a memory whispering, "It didn't work last time." Sometimes it's disguised as waiting for the right time. To break resistance, there are 3 clear moves. 1. Identify the interference. Write down the first doubts that rise up when you say your prosperity command. Be honest. It might be, "That's not possible in my situation. I've tried before. I don't know where it would come from." Do not judge these thoughts. Just see them, because you cannot remove what you refuse to admit is there. 2. Neutralize the doubt with a counter command. The moment a limiting thought shows up, you speak back, not with more begging. You now know how to command wealth. You know the rhythm. You know the script. You know how to imprint it and how to clear the resistance that delays it. But here's the final piece. You must live in the alignment that makes imploring impossible. This is not a once-a-day practice. It's a state, a stance you carry into every conversation, every decision, every thought. Here's the truth. The moment you slip back into pleading, you are telling the universe, I'm not sure I am who I said I was. And the universe matches that uncertainty. So the permanent alignment shift is about becoming unshakable in your identity. Step 1. Decide who you are. Not who you hope to be. Who you are. A receiver, an inheritor, one whose words carry authority in the realm of supply. When you decide this, everything you say changes. Step 2. Speak from the end, always. If you're asked about your business, you talk as if it's already thriving. If you're asked about your finances, you speak as if they're already abundant. Not in arrogance, in alignment. You don't say, I'm trying to build. You say, I'm expanding. You don't say, I'm hoping money comes in. You say, money is already in motion toward me. Step 3. Surround yourself with agreement. Your closest circle should not argue with your prosperity. They should echo it. Not everyone will understand, but those who do will strengthen your alignment until it becomes the only language you know. This is why some people's lives change overnight. Their environment stops contradicting their command. And here's the beautiful secret. When you live in this permanent alignment, wealth starts to behave differently with you. It stops visiting you as a guest. It moves in as a resident. It knows where it belongs. And it belongs with you. Imagine waking up tomorrow, and instead of thinking about what you lack, your mind begins with, prosperity, here's what you're doing today. That's not just a shift in speech. That's a shift in energy. And when energy shifts, reality rushes to keep up. So here's your final command for today. Speak as if you are the one who prosperity trusts, because you are. You always were. And if this message has anchored something deep in you today, make sure you subscribe right now. Because every time you return here, you are feeding the part of you that commands and starving the part that pleads. Turn this teaching into your normal and watch as money, opportunity, and abundance obey without delay. Say it with me now, one last time. I do not implore prosperity. I instruct it, and it obeys. And so it is.